Frederick by Leo Liani. And look, he's a mouse. Wonder if that's Frederick or not. There's a mouse behind the rock, and this is a Caldecott Honor book. Let's find out what the mouse and the flower is doing. And who is the mouse and the flower? We'll find out. All along the meadow where the cows grazed and the horses ran, there was an old stone wall. In that wall, not far from the barn and the granary, a chatty family of field mice had their home. Look at the field mice, and they're chatty. Chatty means talking a lot. And you see the leaves, and they're on rocks. And you see all the ants. Let's see. Stray's going to turn the page. But the farmers had moved away. The barn was abandoned, and the granary stood empty. And since winter was not far off, the little mice began to gather corn and nuts and wheat and straw. They all worked day and night, all except Frederick. I wonder which one is Frederick. You have this little mouse, and he has wheat. This is wheat, and this little mouse has a nut. And this little mouse looks like they have the rest of the nuts or their berries and a leaf. And what's this little mouse doing? I wonder which one is Frederick. They said everybody was helping except Frederick. Let's see. Let's think about that one. Ooh, look at the bright yellow sun. Frederick, why don't you work? They asked. I do work, said Frederick. I gather sun rays for the cold, dark winter days. He's catching the rays. This is the sun. This must be Frederick. And he's sitting there. He's not helping with the corn like these other mice are. But these other mice are doing teamwork. It takes 2 mice to carry the corn. And Frederick is just sitting there. It looks like his eyes are closed and he's catching the sun's rays. And when they saw Frederick sitting there staring at the meadow, they said, "And now, Frederick, I gather colors," answered Frederick simply, "for winter is gray." Look at all these colors he must be looking at. And there must be more on the other side of the rock. Frederick is just sitting up there while they're taking the nuts. I think they're nuts. The nuts or berries and putting them away for winter. And they're doing teamwork. They're passing it along and stacking it up where they need it. And once Frederick seemed half asleep. "Are you dreaming, Frederick?" they asked reproachfully. But Frederick said, "Oh no, I am gathering words. For the winter days are long and many, and we'll run out of things to say." He's gathering words. And they're carrying the straw. They're working together carrying the straw. The winter days came, and when the first snow fell, the 5 little field mice took their hideout in the stones. See, they all scurried into the stone. And there's little Frederick scurrying because it's snowing out. In the beginning, there was lots to eat. And the mice told stories of foolish foxes and silly cats. They were a happy family. Wonder what happens. But little by little, they nibbled up most of the nuts and berries. The straw was gone, and the corn was only a memory, which means that it was gone. It was the first thing gone because it was gone a long time ago. It was cold in the wall, and no one felt like chatting. So they were cold and they were hungry. And there's little Frederick just sitting over here by himself. And nobody is talking. And they all look really sad and lonely. Then they remembered what Frederick had said about the sun rays in colors that are all around and words. What about your supplies, Frederick? They asked. Close your eyes, said Frederick as he climbed on the big stone. Okay, close your eyes. Let's see if this works for you. Do you feel how now I send you the rays of the sun? Do you feel the rays of the sun? Let's see. Do you feel how their golden glow? And as Frederick spoke of the sun, the 4 little mice began to feel warmer. Was it Frederick's voice? Was it magic? So close your eyes and feel the rays sun. Are you getting warmer when you're thinking about the rays sun? I was getting a little warm. And how about the colors, Frederick? The blues and the reds, and the greens and the yellows and the purples? They asked anxiously. Means that they were nervous about what he was going to say. Close your eyes again, Frederick said, and when he told them of the blue periwinkles and the red poppies, in the yellow wheat, in the green leaves of the berry bush, they saw the colors as clearly as if they had been painted in their minds. So think about that. Close your eyes and think about the colors I'm saying. Do they come to you? Do you see them? The blue periwinkles, the red poppies and the yellow wheat, the green leaves of the berry bush. You see all those? I'll turn the page. In the words, Frederick cleared his throat, waited a moment, and then, as if from a stage, he said, who scatters snowflakes? Who melts ice? Who spoils the weather? Who makes it nice? Who grows the 4-leaf clovers in June? And who dims the daylight? Who lights the moon? 4 little field mice who live in the sky. 4 little field mice like you and I. One is the spring mouse who turns on the showers. Then comes the summer who paints in the flowers. The fall mouse is next with walnuts and wheat. And winter is the last with little cold feet. Aren't we lucky? The seasons of 4. Think of a year with one less or one more. When Frederick had finished, they all applauded. But Frederick, they said, you are a poet. Frederick blushed, took a bow, and said shyly, I know it. And that's Frederick. He made that winter nice and warm. And they were able to get through that winter with little food and it being cold out. So he made it nice and warm and toasty in there, and for them to think about something else other than being hungry and cold. And it just shows you he was being a good friend, right? He was doing his part. He helped and he did his part. And it just goes to show you that it's mind over matter, right? And there's 4 seasons. So there's fall, winter, spring, and summer, right? 4. And we're in winter right now.